Chicago. This is exciting. I don't know what I'm going to talk about now. It's all about being nervous. Anybody nervous? Anybody ever get nervous? But you just do it anyway. I remember when I first got involved in the network marketing industry, and I had to go out of town to do a meeting, and it was a home meeting, and man, the knees were shaking, the legs were shaking, but nobody else could tell, But got through that first meeting, and the second one was a little bit easier, and the third one got better. So I'm here today, and wow, we learn and we get better, and we get better, and we get better, but we have to make a commitment, right? And so, when I started in this industry 8 years ago, just over 9, actually closer to 9, I was in a traditional business, 23 years, lots of employees, overhead, staff, stress, and I just got to the point where I got tired, and I started looking. And I shared my story earlier. My mother got sick, and because of her, I got involved in this industry. And it was interesting because my mother actually told me probably about 2 months before that she saw me selling some products. My mother's speaking my life into existence, And here I was. I got involved in this business because of a product, not actually because of the opportunity initially. It was the product that brought me into the business. So here you are, in a business where you can introduce people in many different ways, through the product or through the business. So you've got 2 great tools, and you decide how you want to go ahead with that. So, I've learned a little bit over time, surrounding myself with who? Surrounding myself with who? Great. The right people. That's the key. Surround yourself with the right people and utilize their skills and their knowledge, their mindset. Use them. They're there for you because they want to see you grow. And so I came up with this title, Looking from the Inside Out, because this is where I was. 23 years in a traditional business. I knew my business. I knew how to get new clients. I knew how to hire. I was working in a negative environment for 23 years. The first 5 years I was having a ball, but I didn't know it. I got up every day. I had to put out fires all the time. And so I was living in my own world, as we all do, whether we're working in a traditional business or we're self-employed. We have limitations. We're comfortable with what we do. So looking from the inside out, and this is a great way that you can begin to enlighten others about where they're at. By kind of, making them think about where they are as opposed to where they want to be. So let me see if this is going to push the button, right? Okay. No, you tell me. You tell me. I'm not very good at this stuff. All right? So, you set me up. You want to see if I know my stuff, right? So what we're going to talk about is the difference between what you know versus what you don't know, right? So that was really good, and that's it. It's about what you don't know versus what you do know. All right. So wherever you are at in life right now, there are certain things that you know. And there are things that you don't know. And what does that mean? You might have limited vision. Because of it, you can only see so much. Because you're looking from the inside out. That's very good. We're going to get better as we go along here. Okay? You might have limited skill sets. All right? So some of us, we are either in corporate or work with a company in a particular area, and we've learned certain things, and that's what we do day in and day out, and that's what we're very comfortable with. We might have limited knowledge because of it, because we don't work on ourselves. We don't expand our knowledge. We don't grow. I was a perfect example. I was making money, but I just spent my time hiring and firing, putting out fires, going out and doing jobs. I was doing everything. I was not growing. And I really didn't enjoy. I really came to understand that I really didn't enjoy what I was doing. How many people really enjoy what you're doing today? Okay, it's okay. If you're not happy where you're at, that's a good thing. If you know where you're not at, where you don't want to be, then you know you can do something about it, right? Okay, so limited knowledge. Then we look at lack of belief. You know, it's just very simple. You know, there are a lot of people. I was talking with somebody the other day, on the plane, you know, and we were chatting about belief, and it came down to the fact where, you know, you can have an idea, right? And you share your idea with somebody, and what do they say? Oh, no, that won't work. You can't do that. No, you can't. It'll never work, right? But you know what? You've got to keep on going. Doesn't matter what they believe. All right, so get out of that lack of belief. Change that. Fear of failure. You know, we all know about fear of failure. What is fear? How do you? What's this? What is it? Acronym for fear?
False evidence appearing real.
There's my man. False evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. It's okay to be, you know, uncomfortable about something. But then eventually, what are you going to do? You're going to become very comfortable with it. But you've got to get to the other side. And it's okay to get to the other side, and you'll see what I mean. Okay? Uncomfortable. So we know about that. So what do you know? You know, you're familiar with something, you become very good at it, you become very comfortable, and you can do it over and over and over again. You can do it with your eyes closed. You know, it's just like this industry. As you develop personally, you become familiar with the process, the system. You know, it's an amazing thing about this industry. You know, when we get started, you know, we think we know what network marketing is, but we really don't. You hear about it. You know, you hear that you're supposed to go out and grab all your friends and your family, and you think that's your business. Well, you know, if I ever thought that my traditional business would be based on my friends and family, I'd be somewhere else now. Where I'd be, but I'd be somewhere else, okay? Repetitive. You know, you want to do something over and over and over again. You know, you do it over and over and over again in this business, and you'll be wealthy. You'll become very wealthy. I believe it. I believe it. We believe it, right? Because I'm not here alone. You know, there's nothing better than working together with a group of like-minded individuals who all think the same way. The energy is unbelievable. Unbelievable. We've got consistency, all right? Doing things again, being consistent, becoming the best that you can be, stretching your skin, you know, having alligator skin, becoming a little bit tougher. It's okay. You know, you still have, you know, that human element about you, but you've got to be able to say yes and no. You've got to be able to identify who's serious and who isn't, because some people will just waste your time. How many new people have just gotten started here with NHT? Okay, great, fantastic. Have you been involved in the industry before? No? Yeah? Okay, well, you're at the right place at the right time, okay? Consistency, okay? You become comfortable. Your belief level goes boom. You know, there's certain things that start to happen in your business and in your life. You know, people start contacting you. They want to know what you're doing. You know, they start phoning you. It's just amazing. And you got to stay on the course. You got to stay on track. And it's just years of practice. You do it over and over and over again. So, you know, what happened for me was that I found somebody who was the outside factor, like Ricky. The outside factor is somebody who is able to look from the outside in. Who are they? They are individuals who have the experience. They know what they're talking about. So if you find yourself a good mentor, you hang with that mentor because they will teach you what you need to know. Because they can see things that you can't see because you're looking from the inside out. All right? Mentorship. They'll tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, why to do it. You know, the benefits of what you're doing. Just ask the questions, you'll get the answers. They'll provide you with the support. You know, it's the online stuff, it's the offline stuff. It's doing the three-way calls. You know, it's talking to your prospects. Do you think because I'm in this business for 8 years now that I don't need a Joe Garcia or a Dan Catto or an Andreas or a Donnie Young or Francis or a James Messina to sometimes get involved with sharing their stories with people who have an interest in coming into our business? Support. It's extremely, extremely important because, you know, even today I learn every day. There's something that I pick up in a conversation with the, you know, leadership here in the business. So it's really, really important. Okay, so you as an individual have the ability to turn it inside out. All right, so you need to have a bigger picture, a bigger vision. And that's what I was able to start seeing over a period of time because my vision was very limited. I was too busy. You know what busy is? This is my definition of busy. You might want to write this down. Busy is, if I can remember it, busy is an undesirable distraction. Busy is an undesirable distraction. And the more you think about being busy, is the more you're going to get of it. Busy is an undesirable distraction. How many people have talked to people who say, I'm busy, I'm too busy, right? Well, let me tell you something. You try and stop using that word in your vocabulary. You're talking to somebody on the phone, they say, how's your day? You go, I'm so busy, and then you stop, right? And so what I do now, I say, oh, I'm so productive. I'm productive, why? Because I want to what? I want to attract more productivity. I've got to be productive. Why shouldn't we be productive on a consistent basis rather than just being busy? You know? So that's what we need to be able to do, is be productive, be able to see more, because what's it going to lead to? It's going to lead to, this is actually, I know you can't see it very well there, but it's saying that when you get to the end, and you don't know, and you can't see, like you can't see the end, but when you get there, you'll then know what to do. All right? It's like in the business, well, how do I get started? Well, what do I do next? Well, how does this work? All right? So you want to help people along to understand that you're there to help them get to the next level. Okay? All right? So even though you can't see it, right? Because I don't always see it. We had a gentleman here who drove in from Iowa today. And I didn't have a clear vision on what kind of message we needed to convey to him to help him see the bigger picture. But I had somebody else there to help me. So the next time I'm able to sit down with somebody in that situation, I've got the answers, right? I know what to do. Very important. So this is what it comes down to, right? It comes down to dreaming again. It comes down to the why. You know, I mean, we're all here, and if we're in this industry, we need to make sure that we have some dreams and our whys. And we've got the beautiful home, right? We've got the car, right? Are these any of these things important to anybody? Right? What's important to somebody here? I want to hear something.
Health.
Health. Okay? Health. Well, visualize that. Get the pictures of good health. What else?
Freedom.
Freedom. Okay, so now Joe Garcia would say to me, "What do you mean freedom? What is freedom?"
Jump into the crack of noon.
Sleeping in till the crack of noon. Right? So freedom means different things to different people. Right? So we talk about freedom, we could talk about, being able to provide your kids with a great education, to go to the school of their choices, right? Or we could talk about travel. Okay? Or, this is you, by the way, carrying those bags, as you're shopping. See, the guys are carrying the bags for their ladies, right? But don't worry, guys, you can go shopping too. But, freedom to go shopping and never having to worry about the bills, right? And being able to, travel and have a good time. But this is the biggest thing that I want you all to get from this training here today. And it all comes down to changing your own paradigm. So we started out, looking from the inside out. So you take a look at this slide. What are we doing now? What are we doing? Everybody's going like this. I can't hear
On the
anything.
outside factor.
Become the outside factor. Look from the outside in. What kind of a business are we in today? We're in a global business, right? Are you limited in anything with regards to this business?
Absolutely.
Not. Right? The only limitations that we impose are the limitations that we impose upon ourselves. Right? So there are no limitations. So when you get to this point here, and this is what, I've been able to see because of the mentorship and the training and the support, and one day it just hit me that we all need to be looking from the outside in. And we need to teach people this so that they'll understand the business that you're in. That's it. Thank you very much.
Super.